Hello everyone, Argsy here. Welcome back to Elk Mountain. We're back here in the gold mine. It is a day later than we were here last, so we are into November and we've got some rain on the horizon. Clouds are starting to build around, so hopefully it doesn't get too wet and muddy down here in the mine. We're up on top of the pit here with the D10 dozer, all warmed up and ready to go. Now we are trying something a little bit different, something we talked about in the last video. I've gone and set up a conveyor down there to see if we can get things moving a little bit more efficiently by just loading that way rather than loading with the front loader down there. Now what interested me the most, you'll see we've got some dirt actually in the truck there already. The pickup range on that little conveyor there is quite impressive, and it does actually pick up some of the dirt off the face, so we can not have to get the dirt all the way down to the ground. We might be able to try and push some off the top here, and even if it only goes down the face, not all the way onto the ground, we might have some success. So I'm going to jump here into the D10. Now I'm going to leave Terrafarm turned off. That was a suggestion by one of my viewers. I'm sorry, I can't remember who that was, but I thought let's try and see if we can just push some of this dirt around without Terrafarm and see if we can get it down onto the lower slopes. So you can see there we are actually moving it around, but it doesn't really want to pick any of it up. Maybe a little bit moving. Maybe we need to try and get Terrafarm a little bit more established, get this area a little bit more plateaued and try pushing it that way. But I am intrigued to see how this conveyor is going to work. Now, little confessional time, I did intend to have some logging for us today. I did want to get into some forestry. We've had a local farmer, well, he's not a farmer yet, he's got some land he wants to clear and take some trees off and things like that. I have had a little bit of a play around, just an experiment with some equipment and machinery, hence having a slightly higher value in the bank account than what we've earned. But I'm really struggling with the forestry equipment, the physics of the logs and things like that. I've tried FDR logging equipment, I've tried the in-game things, and really it's not that enjoyable. So we'll give that a miss for a little bit. We might go and head and take a look at that again sometime soon, see if we can come up with a different way to do it. It would have been nice to use the processors, but I'm just not sure. I'm not convinced on those yet. So hence being back here in the gold. Now we do have a lot of gold to clear out, or pay dirt at least to get up, a concentrate to get up into the wash plant, so we will go and do that in a little while as well. But I really want to try and get these trucks back up and moving. So I'm just going to get this all moved down here. Doesn't look like it's detecting it yet on the conveyor down there. I wonder if it might have turned itself off by having nothing in it. So we might just pop down and see if we can get that going again. But let's just push up here a couple more times and see how we can go with getting that dirt down there. Alright, you can see down there we're starting to get some dirt up into the truck. We've managed to push some down there. Now I've had to turn Terrafarm off. I've actually found we can push the dirt better with it turned on than with it turned off. So we've turned it on and we're getting this dirt moved. It does get a little bit caught here occasionally, but there we go. You can see we've already managed to level off and clear out quite a decent plateau here. So we'll carry on, push up some more. I want to get these trucks moving and cycling because we want to try and keep that wash plant as full and running as we can. And I'm hoping this is going to be the quickest way. I'm not sure if it is though, with the rate that the conveyors fill at. That could be a little bit of a stumbling block for us. But it may be also that it's going to be quicker to drop some dirt down there with the excavators as well. Plenty of different ways to have a play around and try some things here. Now I do also have a couple of rather large pieces of equipment available which we might also have a try. They will move a lot of dirt in a very big hurry, so we might grab those before the end of this episode and have a play around with those as well, see how they go. They do look very, very impressive and have some very large capacities. Think bucket loading excavators, think trucks that have probably the capacity of at least 2 if not 3 of those smaller trucks down there, and those trucks aren't small. So we'll keep on going. Alright, first truck is off, second one is starting to fill. Now what's going to be the test is how quickly that truck fills up, because I think, like I said before, I think it's our fill rate that's going to be our biggest barrier for doing it this way. I think we're going to be able to actually fill the trucks quicker using the front loader. We could always get a second conveyor, I suppose, and fill it up with 2 at once. That would certainly speed things up. But if we can't fill the trucks up fast enough, then while this will make things go a little bit smoother and we're not having to worry about loading, we're just moving the dirt, wouldn't prove that that's not actually going to be the fastest way to do it. So we'll wait and see. We'll see how quickly this truck gets filled compared to the one that's going up the hill right now. Well, there's the truck back, and the other one hasn't left yet. It's not full. So I think because it's now going to sit there waiting and we're not getting it filled up, this is going to prove that the conveyor is not actually going to be a faster option than using the front loader, purely on the basis that we can't get the truck cycling fast enough at the moment. Well, with the front loader, we could keep 2 trucks full and have some downtime to come up here on top of this and push some dirt down, use the excavator or something like that. So I think that's proven that while this will automate it a little bit and that we can produce the dirt and potentially get a little bit of a pile down there, it's not going to be quicker. And that is the main aim, is to try and figure out the best way to get the wash plant up and running and with pay dirt in it as often as we can. So to help prove my point that the front loader is quicker, let's go and see if we can fill this truck that's just come back up quicker than the conveyor can fill up the front truck. It's already got about 60% dirt in it, 60% full. Now, of course, we only need 4 buckets. This is going to be a little bit quicker because we are dragging loose soil out rather than taking terraform and having to manipulate the ground. But it is still going to be much quicker. I already know the answer, but we're just going to go and prove the point anyhow. But that dozer's actually done a great job pushing a lot of dirt off the edge of the mountain there, or edge of the pile. It's done quite a good job and actually lowered that down quite significantly. That bit of time we've spent up there, it's going to take even longer. If we completely missed tipping in the truck, that looked like we were well past the edge of the truck. Obviously, we're not. Alright, last bucket, and this truck is going to be full and ready to go. And we'll go and jump at the front truck, see exactly how much it has in it. 91% full, 66,000 litres. So, proof that the loader is still the faster option. We'd need 2, probably 3 conveyors to fill this up quicker than we can with the front loader. Of course, terraform wasn't turned on. We were picking up loose material, which does make it a little bit quicker, but still, a bit of time up there with the dozer, pushing some loose dirt down and picking it up here with the loader does prove we might be a bit quicker. So I think with that proven, we might go and get a couple of other pieces of equipment here, and we will see if we can do anything different with those. Now, these things are really, they're going to blow your mind. We won't be able to ship them here. They're going to have to come in direct. We're not going to be able to haul them. So we'll get them in here into the pit and start using them, see how they go. Alright, we've got a truck back here, the excavator up the top, and we've gone and got some new toys. Now, you think this truck was big? Check that out. A Belaz 75601. Now, I can't remember off the top of my head. We'll just take a quick look, but I think this has about 200,000 litre capacity in it. And there it is, 260,000 litres even, so even more than I thought. But this thing is ginormous. It makes the other trucks look like Tonka trucks. It really does. It is huge. So we've got that there, and of course, having something that capacity to fill up, we need a rather big excavator. So we're having a play here with the Cat 7495. Now this is a, what do you call it, a dragline or a scoop loader, bucket scoop, but it works in reverse to a normal excavator. It uses the cables and pulls the bucket up the face of the cut here, and we can pick some dirt up in there using terraform, and then the bottom of the bucket will open. It's got the line there, a rather big hinge up on top, and that will dump out into the back of the truck. Now we've got this set, the bucket set at 65,000 litres, but if we just take a quick look at the shop, FS Miner has given this some rather ridiculous options. We can't even zoom out far enough to show you the whole thing in the store here, but this is only $110,000, so it feels cheap. But if we go back and have a look at the bucket is 300,000 on its own. Now we've gone for the 65,000 litre capacity. This is actually the smallest. 100, 150, 250, 500,000 litres, or heavy load, which is 1,000 cubic meters, which is 1,000,000 litres in one load. So the options that you can use with that, if you really want to get carried away, are pretty silly. But we're going to jump in here and we're going to try and get this loaded up, and then we'll use a bit of auto drive. In fact, we probably won't. We'll try driving this big thing up the hill. I don't even know if it'll fit through the gap. I'm assuming it will. So let's go and find out. Alright, so this tool has two main controls to it. One drags the line up there, as you can see. And we've just gone past the dirt. We haven't scooped anything up. So we'd either normally drive a little bit closer, or we can actually extend the arm down. So you can see we are lowering the bucket, and then we've got to a point where Terrafarm is now working. You can see it is starting to pick things up in there. So we'll go back and slowly drag the line there up, maybe extend it out a little bit further. Now it is quite temperamental. It does require quite delicate touch to use. You can see there as we scoop up and hit the ground, it is running into a few little issues with pushing the bucket and things up, or pushing the whole excavator up. There we go. That's only 20,000 litres. So we'll try that again. Now it does work better on the other side of the pit here, where it is a steeper incline, but it works quite well, I have found, in practicing playing with it, to try and drag it along the face of the cut that you're trying to work on. So we'll just try that once more, maybe just spin around a little bit. If we can get a nice steep cut, it would work very well. But like I said, you do have to be very delicate in your movements, because it is quite jerky. Alright, there we go. We've got 65,000 litres here in the bucket, so I'm going to be careful and make sure we've got it over top of the trailer there, because we don't want to be having to scoop up 65,000 litres off the ground. So we can open the bottom of the bucket, and you see there, that has all gone in. Great speed discharging as well. So we'll get this all topped up, and then we'll run it up to the wash plant and see how it goes. But 260,000 litres at a time. Remember, we can only have about 400,000 litres in the wash plant before it is full and has no more capacity. So it's not going to take too long with a piece of kit like this to keep it moving really fast. Now obviously this is probably ridiculously sized for a mine of this scale. You know, if you're operating at 12 hours with 2 or 3 pieces of equipment in here, it would not be using something like this. But it is nice to have these kind of tools in Farming Simulator and be able to play around with them. It's something I really enjoy the most, is all the variety of equipment that you can, like I say, play around with, try out, see how it all works. I just think it's fantastic, and tribute or testament to the modders for what they're coming up with, particularly in this genre, what FS Miner has been doing, along with the RGC crew for Yukon River Valley and Orima, another couple of names that spend a lot of time on mining equipment. So let's get this truck loaded up. We'll keep playing around a little bit more, and we'll be up at the wash plant soon. Alright, 260,000 litres. Let's see if this beast can make it up the hill. I haven't actually driven up here with a full load on it yet, so let's see how it goes. And then we might see about setting up this on auto drive along with the others, but going to a slightly different position, but using the main part of the course. So let's get up there. We do have a truck up here already, so we do want to make sure we're not going to clash with that on its way back down, particularly at this narrow little point. So we'll just keep an eye out for that. I'm not sure where up here it is. Hopefully it's at the wash plant. Let's keep on going and make sure we can fit. This is going to be actually quite a squeeze. There we go, not too bad. We did make it. Alright, let's go and get this dirt dumped into the wash plant. So the next challenge, can we make it up the little ramp? We made it up the hill, no problem. Linear power. Let's just see how it goes backing up here, because this is not actually that wider ramp. Oh, a little bit off to the side. There we go, we've got a tip trigger. Let's see. Not very realistic watching it tip into here, but here we are. It's not going on the ground, so it must be going into the wash plant. So that is going to fill that up surprisingly fast. Alright, let's just park up out here out of the way for a minute. We'll go and take a look at the wash plant and see how things are going. So there you see, we have got 290,000 litres of dirt. We've still got enough diesel, 3,500 litres. Our tailings are piling up. Now I wonder if that means our tailing truck's full. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 pallets of concentrate there that will get those taken up into the gold room in a minute. And oh, actually looks like we've got a bit of an issue with our sluice runs and our tailings here washing up or piling up. Got some sand in that in there. We're going to have to go and grab an excavator come up here and haul all that out. So we might, as the rain starts, get the tailings truck here off down to the train. Just go there on that, and that should head off. Hopefully it's not going to clash with where we've parked that truck. And hopefully it's going to get turned around here without hitting the wall. Obviously not a collision there on that rock, which is handy to have. And then once they get back here, we might see about getting one of the excavators up here and getting this tailings pond all cleared out. We can take that sand down to the train as well. Oh, no, we are in the way. And that T900 Legend just pushes its way through without a care in the world. Look at that. Anyone ever question the power of this truck? There's your answer. Alright, we're going to jump out. In fact, we can jump out up the top here, and we will grab the pickup with the gooseneck, and we'll go down and get that gold concentrate all up here into the washroom. Now, I did have someone ask in the last video where this truck and trailer from the pickup is the Elk Mountain modding ram. You can see that there, so he's got his little logo on the side. So this is by CJ himself, and the gooseneck on the back is by Northwest Mods and Edits, and it's by far and away my favourite gooseneck in the game. It's the same one we have set up at the gravel mine with the water tanker on the back. You can set it up with a herbicide or liquid fertilizer tanker as a nurse trailer. Otherwise you can have it like we have it here with the ramps, and just use it as a regular old gooseneck. So let's go, and we'll park up there, and we'll go and get these gold concentrate loaded up and into the washrooms. I'll just see one of the trucks in there just emptied out and got some more dirt into the wash plant, and that is probably, actually thinking about it, the one benefit to doing it the way we're doing, is while we might not be able to keep up with the wash plant, as in terms of keeping it full of dirt at all times, what we can do is, particularly when we use that big bucket loader and truck, is we can be off doing something else, and so long as there's some loose dirt down there, it will still keep filling, so things will keep running even if we're not there. Now we could actually go and do something similar at the gravel mine. Of course, we could set up a whole lot of gravel all ready to go and have things running on a loop. So that is one benefit I hadn't actually given any consideration to, which does actually give some merit to doing what we've done. But when we're down here, we could load it manually and keep the pace with all the plant, keep things going as quickly as we can. Now doesn't look like we can strap that back one on there, so we're just going to have to be careful getting on up to the washroom. It's not too far to go. Alright, so we're up here at the gold room. We'll go and get this gold put into the washroom. Now, if you recall from last time we did this, the trigger for these is quite high, and there we go, we've managed to get it there. Now what I'm intrigued with is how that trigger is going to work when we've got these two-stack ones, whether it's going to take the bottom one and then drop the other one down, or whether it's going to empty them both out at the same time. So we'll go and find out. Alright, let's take a look and see what happens here. As it empties out, it's going to drop down, isn't it? No, it took them both at the same time. Perfect. That is a good thing, because I didn't want that box dropping down onto the forks unnecessarily. So let's get the rest of these offloaded, and by then hopefully our tailings truck will be back, as that one's gone flying. Physics, gotta love them. Once our tailings truck is back, of course we want to use that to go and clean out that tailings pond. Alright, last one. Get that loaded into there. Here we go. Now we just have to wait for our washed gold to all turn up, ready to go and be smelted down into some gold bars. Just have a quick look here. We do have 8,000 litres of concentrate, still got enough diesel, and we've already got 880 litres of gold there, so that's a good deal. Right, head over to the wash plant, and we will wait for that tailings truck to get back, and we'll get that tailings pond all washed out, get all that sand out of it. Alright, so we've got the excavator out here. This is one of the ones that was down in the pit, so we'll see about getting this all up out of here. Here we go. Try and get it tipped into the back of the truck, not into the tailings pit. We're trying to get it out of there. Let's see, where are we positioned? It's pretty good right about there. Now I'm still getting used to my controls. I think some of them might have broke when we were having issues with the course with version 1.4, which did break a few keybinds I think. So I was also, when I was trying to get the FDR equipment to work, also seemed to have broken some of my keybinds that I like to use with the excavators here. So still haven't got them set up how I like them, but this bucket's pretty big. It's filled that front truck up very, very quickly. Alright, that is it. Well, we'll send the truck off again and we'll have to come up and clear some more out once it is back. Alright, there they go, off again with another load. So let's jump into the big truck and we'll go down and put another load into the dirt, into the wash plant up here. Keep that moving again. Alright, another load up and out of here in the big machine. It's working out quite well actually, because with the auto loading going on down there, it's keeping the other two little ones running while we manage this one. So it's not working out too badly actually. I do need to get down there and probably stockpile a whole lot more dirt though, so that the conveyor keeps running. But for now we've got to go, the tailings truck is back, so we're going to go and get some more sand out of that sluice runs and out of that water, so we make sure everything is nice and clean and still running like it should up here at the wash plant. Alright, we're just down here, we've got the truck back here again for some more sand, so we're just trying our hand in first person. A little bit hard, to be fair, to judge the distance to the truck, so I have found I've been over tipping a few times. There we go, we've got it right this time. Gentle movements just to make sure that we were in the right spot, so we're not dumping it out too quick. There we go. Right, one more scoop should just about do it. Make sure we don't get hit into the wash plant, because that would be an absolute disaster. Alright, there we go. Gosh, there's a lot of sand down in here actually. A lot more than I expected. Alright, that should be about the right spot. Just, yeah, there we go, just. So we'll tip this out, there we're all done. Alright, let's send the truck on its way again, and then I think we might head up to the wash plant and see how things are going up there, getting the gold all washed up. Alright, let's take a look here. Looks like we've got 4 pallets, 1,000 litres in each. There is indeed, and there's still 999 litres in storage. Obviously not quite enough concentrate to be able to get another extra pallet out of there, but that's alright. 4 will still give us a decent amount of gold. So let's see if we can just stack these 2 by 2 and take 2 over at a time on the front of the forklift here and get them put into the smelter and get melted down into bars. Alright, here we are. We'll take these in here, put them next to the smelting pot, and there we go. That should start producing some gold. It shouldn't actually take too long, because I think it was very close to having a full 1,000 litres anyhow. So go and grab the other 2 and get them over here as well. And here we are, we've already got a pallet of gold bars sitting there. So we'll get these extra 2,000 litres in here and we'll take a quick look at our production, see how it is going. And there you go, we've got 3,860 odd litres of gold and 33 litres of gold bars already. So we should at least get another 3,000 litres of gold out of there, plus the 1,000 litres we've got here already. It'll give us 4,000 litres of gold bars we'll be able to go and get sold. Alright, well I think we find ourselves at a very good position to wrap up this episode. I'm getting a bit over the rain having this in my ears all the time. It's getting a bit dreary, and we'd like to move forward. So I think we've made some pretty good progress here. You can already see the dent we're making here with this big loader. It is making a huge difference to keeping things running. We've semi-automated the gold. I think it's a lot better than it was, and we've actually made quite a dent up there on the hill with the bulldozer. We've actually got down quite a lot lower than obviously where the excavator is, even where the bulldozer's parked now. That dirt we have lowered down quite a bit. So I think there is still some merit in carrying on with doing what we're doing and seeing how far we can progress that. Next time we're obviously going to have a decent amount of gold to sell. We're going to have all those gold bars. We've also got a lot of products sitting up in the train yard in the silo, so we'll be getting back down there and trying to get some of that sold as well, which will be nice to make a little bit of money. I do want to get in to do some logging, but like I said at the start of the episode, the testing I've done just has not made it enjoyable, so at this stage we'll be reconsidering that and maybe looking for other ways we can get logging into the series. But as always, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I will catch you in the next one.